All right then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Crypto Space. So in this video we are going to cover ICP and its recent price action, and I'll of course give you my price prediction. Okay, so before we are even going to start, guys, I would like to remind you about leaving the like and subscribe to the channel. That is obviously going to help the channel grow tremendously, so I would highly appreciate it. Okay, and of course the second thing, nothing in this video is a financial advice. I'm just basically giving you my opinions and I'm telling you what I'm seeing in the charts. So okay, let's start. ICP explodes into top 20 near and OP follow in 2024's crypto rally. Of course, ICP is pretty much being seen by much more retail. However, I don't think by institutions yet, which is a good opportunity for us to scoop up some ICP. But okay, let's firstly, before we are going to jump into ICP chart, I would like to show you these as a point of reference of where we are currently in the market. So if we are thinking, for example, that we are late in ICP because we have missed on this move over here, I would like to just cool down and look at that chart over here. So the altcoin market cap is out of the Wyckoff's bear market accumulation phase. As we can see over here, guys, that pretty much resembles what ICP was doing, right? And now we broke out, just like over here. We're going sideways over here, right? And then we broke out, but obviously we got rejected because the market was obviously overheated. So if we are going to look over here, the altcoin bull market has already started. Many just don't know it yet. So as we can see over here, we've got this cross of moving averages in 2020, and that's pretty much something that sparked of course, in terms of TA, the previous bull cycle. So we have exactly the same thing over here going on. So now the question is where we are going to go in the foreseeable future. And now let's have a look at another chart for altcoins. The bull market for altcoins is far from over. In fact, it's just a beginning. As you can see here over, guys, that last candle is that is where we are at currently, and that tweet, or X actually, was posted on January 19th. So as you can see over here, guys, we have a lot of upside potential for altcoins. And as well over here, the Gaussian channel just flipped a green, and this is extremely bullish for alts in 2024 2025. As you can see, guys, we are still in the beginning of the bull cycle that I believed obviously started before, when BTC touched 15,800, but it doesn't mean that we are still late. So obviously we know that ICP is a great project, and that is something that I believe is still not seen by major institutions, and that is going to give us an opportunity. So as we can see over here, let me get out of the call developers for now, and as you can see, guys, over here nothing has been going on, because obviously ICP did this so-called rug pull, but obviously that rug pull, that was just FTX and some Bankman Fried involved into the project, right? He did exactly the same with Solana, and look at Solana right now, right? Solana is pretty much trending at the moment, and I do believe that this is just the beginning for Solana as well. But okay, let's have a look at ICP. So the TVL is currently sitting at $28.7 million, and as you can see over here, last year in July we're nowhere near to this. And of course I know that TVL isn't really that big in terms of if we will compare it to, for example, Solana or Cardano, right? But obviously in comparison to this over here, that is huge for ICP. As we can see, guys, over here, the TVL is constantly growing, same as the volume, right? So ICP is constantly growing, generating the volume. And as you can see over here, if I'm going to click on core developers, as you can see over here, more and more developers are building on ICP. And what does it really tells me? That really tells me that more and more people actually do realize that ICP is a great project. And that thing, let me just zoom it out. Where is this? Okay, max, as you can see over here, and that thing obviously just did scare everybody, retail investors, not mentioning about institutional investors, but of course core developers as well, right? But now developers are coming back, people really discover you know, the power of ICP actually, and ICP is going to definitely go higher. But okay, let's finally have a look at ICP. Okay, so as we can see over here, guys, we have attached that resistance level over here at $15.32, and we are trending downwards, right? That was something pretty much normal because we were very overheated. If you're going to look over here at RSI, that was roughly at 90, right? And then the second pump that was already exhausted pretty much. So as you can see over here, that is pretty much normal, and of course it depends on what a BTC is doing, right? So let's have a look over here. Now if I'm going to zoom in, guys, and if I'm going to draw a trend line over here like that, maybe I'm just going to make it a little bit less thick over here and zoom it in. So as you can see, ICP on a daily is creating that descending triangle that could be a bullish price action. Okay, so let's have a look at the possible targets over here. So if ICP is going to see the breakout to the upside, we potentially are going to see the levels of retest of levels of $14. But if ICP is going to trend towards the downside, ICP is going to most likely going to fall anything between that level of $8, potentially even $7. It really depends on what BTC is going to do. And right now you are going to think like, yeah, I'm bearish on ICP. Of course not. However, short term we can see a little bit of pullback on ICP, but of course that is going to be a great news because that is going to allow us to scoop up some ICP. Okay, and of course these two scenarios really depend on what BTC is going to do. So let's quickly have a look at a BTC. So as we can see, guys, over here we are obviously trending downwards on BTC, right? And is very likely that we might see further downside price action for BTC, and we can retest levels of 38,000 US, right? And why do I think that, right? So if we are going to look at the previous big pump pretty much that started the bull market, right? Over here, as you can see over here, we were very overheated on RSI, and let me just make it a little bit less thick, these trend lines, so you can see, right? So we were very overheated on RSI, and BTC had a pullback, right? Just same as over here. And right now we are going to potentially retest before the true bull market is going to kick in. Also, another thing, guys, is that if we are going to look into the previous halving, right? If I'm going to zoom in a little bit, right? Of course, that over here was a black swan event, okay, for BTC and all of the crypto assets, right? However, if I'm going to look to even previous bull markets over here, right, for a BTC, right, right before the halving we saw, you know, rejections and pullbacks just even after the halving as well. So let's not be surprised if BTC is going to pull back to, let's say, 38 or even less, right? But of course that is going to give us an opportunity to scoop up into our ICP. Okay, so let's have a look at what ICP is currently doing in terms of trading volume, etc. So the market cap is currently sitting at 4,878,000,000 USD, with 24-hour trading volume sitting at 93,546,000 USD. So another thing to look at ICP as well, right, is to remind ourselves what ICP did in few months, right? So as we can see over here, in October ICP did 24.8% of gains, November 15.8%, and December 192, right? So before we are going to panic sell, just please don't do that, right? Of course, not a financial advice. Let's have a look at this, right? As we can see over here, after 3 positive months for ICP, it's quite normal that we are going to see January and potentially even February next month in red for ICP. However, the next months after that are going to determine what is the strength of the project. And I do believe the strength of the project is huge, because the retail is staking, well, already staked 14.3% of the total of the supply of ICP, right? And if we are going to have a look over here, guys, the total supply is 513 million tokens, and the circulating supply is 455 million, right? And if half of that is already staked, guys, you can just imagine what is going to happen in the bull cycle, when the FOMO is going to kick in, FOMO, the retail FOMO and institutional FOMO, right? Like, we might think that it's only retail that is FOMOing into the markets, but these are institutions as well. They're coming into the markets because obviously everybody wants to make gains in this market. And that is just a matter of time when more and more people and institutions, of course, are going to discover what ICP actually is doing and what is the future of Web3. Okay then, guys, I do hope that you have enjoyed that quick ICP update. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any ICP video. Okay then, peace and love crypto.